So, welcome back. Yeah, I'm currently in the process of building a landing page for our startup, anvone, and kind of the process that we have around that is Jonas, one of my co-founders. He's like really, really good in marketing and everything around that. Creative strategy and videography. Really a full package, and he just created kind of like a briefing or a Loom video for me with like information that I would like to have on the site, that he would like to have on the site. And now I will go into Figma and kind of design a landing page around that. I mean, we have already, as you can see here, kind of a page design for the whole like online shop itself. Everything is custom design from us. We're working with a developer together, and now we're trying to bring a landing page to life. So just gonna get to that right now. See what I can do, and then I will show you guys what I came up with.
Mic check.
So, yeah, really productive day today. We did manage to finish up the landing page, which I think looks really, really good. So that will go live very soon. And yeah, I'm totally in love with the aesthetic of anvone. Like the whole brand design, brand direction, I think is just top tier. Like absolute dream of mine, to be able to, like participate in such a brand and even create such a brand is even better. So yeah, I think it looks very good. Also, the online store so far, I mean, we are still like in progress, but I think it is looking very nice. Some small things that need to be changed, like animations and stuff like that. But I think the general structure is already very good. Now it's just about changing the copy and overall filling the page with, more life, basically. But yeah, I think the general direction that we are going into right now is very good. Yeah, I'm just excited for what's to come, honestly. I mean, we still have some weeks of preparation ahead of us before we are like going through with the launch. But yeah, until then, lots of things to do. Yeah, I'm just excited to, be part of it. And it's been a long time coming, We've been working on this for pretty much a year now with a very, or even longer, and with a very clear focus from the get-go. So it's been definitely taking its time, but as the saying goes, good things take time, and this one sure does. But I think it's gonna be really worth it in the end, honestly. Like I think what we are creating here is really one of a kind, and there's just so much passion going into it, so much attention to detail, so much love for the project, for the whole industry, for the product, for everything. So I'm just really excited to see how it all unfolds and what's gonna become of it. And yeah, just excited to take you guys on the journey with me and, give some more insights and stuff. So yeah, but I think we're gonna have a good start. I hope we do, but I believe we will. Yeah.
Beat up the block and the gun, I press a little button to open the wing. Ain't no advance on the deal I just signed. I don't need to live controlling my strings. A lot of these niggas are marionettes. I dance on my own and so does my necklace. Praying for my solar plexus. With it dependent, it's punching, it's red.
So we got a new package. Yeah. Pretty cool. What's inside here? So just to show you, we got the sachets for this box. Yeah. Just to get to the point, I fucked up pretty bad. Like this is actually not that positive, what I'm about to share in a second, because I made a pretty big mistake, not gonna lie. And yeah, now we need to figure out how to deal with it. So during the development of the product, we decided to use sachets, right? And stack 30 sachets in this little box right here. Now, it's pretty hard to estimate how thick the sachets will be. Of course, we know the height and the width, but the thickness is really hard to estimate, since that depends on the powder volume and on some other factors. And I've tested the thickness with some powder at home, and I came to the conclusion that one sachet should fill out around half a centimeter, so 5 millimeters. Yes, and I based the measurements for this box on this assumption. And yeah, on Thursday, so a couple of days ago, I got a message from a manufacturer, and he told me like, "Oh, like this does not fit." And I'm like, "Whoa, fuck!" Because of course, like this is, I mean, we are really deep in the manufacturing process now and really close to launching, so something like this is really, really bad. Yeah. So long story short, now I gotta figure out how to deal with it. We got some sachets right here, and I'm trying to see what's the best way to, put them in this box, because I don't know yet. I don't know if they will fit if I distribute the powder more evenly throughout the sachet. I don't know. So yeah, about to figure that out, and we'll let you guys know how that works out, because this is really bad. So yeah, this is how is supposed to look, which I think looks very nice, and it also fits. I gotta say, fits pretty tight, since that's the issue. I basically didn't really calculate any like wiggle room in this, and that's the mistakes. The measurements I took were like too tight. I thought like, all right, like this is gonna fit just perfectly, but turns out it doesn't. And the worst part is that's not even all of them. So this definitely does not work. So we will have to try something else. All right, so I think I've kind of figured out a solution, which is basically, instead of lining them all up like next to each other, I've basically now made like flip that around, like 2 towers, and just basically stack them pretty much next to each other. It's definitely not perfect. Like I'm still really disappointed in myself that I let this slip, but I think it's a solution that we can work with, and I think that it works for the first order, and then we will have to see on how we deal with that in the next steps. But I mean, now it also opens and closes way better, so like this works really, really well. I'm honestly, I'm kind of relieved that at least we have something that doesn't look as bad. Like I can lift this up now, and I can take the sachets out, no problem. I mean, for the other option, I'm gotta be honest here. Like I'm also like, I think I was too inexperienced, had too little experience with working with sachets, and it kind of resulted in me making a big mistake. And I do have to say I am kind of disappointed in myself, because I think I could have thought about it if I just thought the whole manufacturing process of sachets more through, because the issue isn't really the powder, which I thought at first when I saw the message, that I just didn't really expect the powder to be so thick. The issue really is the excess air in the sachet. So we have quite a lot of air, and this, it's just empty room. So like the powder can move freely, but it's not like sealed, right? Like it is sealed, but not like vacuum sealed. So yeah, I think this adds a lot of space that I didn't really expect to be there, because of course when I tested it at home, I pressed the powder completely flat, which basically left like put out like moved all the air out. So yeah, definitely a mistake on my end. I'll make sure this will not happen again. Um, yeah, because I don't want to disappoint myself or disappoint my team necessarily. So yeah, I definitely have some improvements planned. Yeah, and we will get to those next. So I will take you guys a little bit long and show you guys what I have in mind.
I'm so sorry, but you might just have to deal with a shortfall for the long haul. I'm so sorry, baby. I can't lose again.
Knock you down once, get back up again. Knock you down 2 times, get up twice as fast. Knock you down 3 times, well, you might not get back up. Don't slip. Some will just give a raw talent, others just little lost balance, while many still living off highs. I'm wondering how they stay grounded. I done lost friends and lost family, so when you don't see me, how can he? Too many still moving uncanny, and I already got my speech for the Grammys. Could've been a suit in the building, could've been you if you're willing. Y'all still chasing that feeling, and I really gotta wait for your opinion. I wasn't shit without weed.
So yeah, what I'm currently working on is kind of in regards to the problem with the product, because as mentioned before, I know that these mistakes can happen, and I think that you can always take something positive away from mistakes or failures, and that is always to not make the same mistake again, or aim to be better in the future. And that is exactly what I'm trying to do. So I've been really working through the whole process, from start to finish for the product development, to see like, all right, like where are potential, mistakes or mishaps that can happen, and how can we eliminate those, and how can we make sure that a situation that has just occurred will not happen in the future again. So that is kind of what I've been working on in a way. And I mean, I overall got a good feeling. Now I'm not so like disappointed anymore that this did happen, because for one, I can't change it, so it doesn't really matter if I'm like disappointing myself or not. It won't change the situation. And on the other side, it's not really productive, and this is way more productive to try to figure out, all right, how can we make sure in the future that this won't happen again. So what I've basically created is kind of like a template that like goes through the whole process, like start to finish, and I really want to make sure that I'm like keeping all these steps in mind, because there are quite a few, and it's better to write them all down. But this way we're gonna get better in the future and not make these mistakes again. But honestly, I mean, I think I'm gonna wrap the video up, and also wrapping up this year. I think it's been pretty productive, pretty good, like the year overall. It kind of feels like a build up towards next year, like a lot of things have been set in motion or aren't really currently in place. So I feel like a lot more clarity will come from next year, and a lot more progress as well, and hopefully some results, because this year wasn't really all about the results. It was more about like the journey to like getting there, or just like progress in general. And I hope that next year will bring some more results as well. I hope you guys had an amazing year, and I'm excited for what's gonna come next. Hope you all have a great start, and then we will see each other next year.